Mr. Mack? Yes.
Thanks. Speaking of the American Rescue Fund money, we have no idea how we are going to spend it, and I think you mentioned if there was an item in the budget that perhaps becomes eligible, we can shift it to this fund. But there is no item in the budget, for example, improving the video and sound equipment in this meeting room. And I've just informed by Mr. Jim from Video Gold that our equipment is aging in the video booth, and some are 15 to 20 years old. And I know from talking to PSATs and other legal advisors that that definitely is a permitted use. Yet, how do we get, suppose, I know you want to wait for the government to come out with this final rule. I don't know what the delay is when other townships are spending money improving their sound systems, their hybrid meetings, and so on, using these funds that they received. Why we can't do that while we have to wait for the final rule. But if the final rule comes and you're pretty sure that we can spend money upgrading all the equipment and everything here and join the 21st century, how do we do that? If it's not in part of the budget to begin with.
So we would theoretically get quotes. We would have board action on a public agenda, along with the associated resolutions that would accompany those purchases. And all of those funds would be paid for out of the American Rescue Fund, even if it's not budgeted.
Okay, so we can do that even if it's not budgeted?
Yeah, and it would show up next year under expenditures which aren't included in the budget at this time.
And we also got an email from the rescue squad, ambulance squad, saying that some of that money could be used for them, although we give them 0.05 mils or something?
Correct.
How much could that be increased according to the law? Can we increase that spending, or can't we use some ARPA funds for that?
That would be the same thing. If it would just be on the public agenda with a resolution authorizing the expenditure, the amount, and then we would cut the check.
So it's completely possible for us to put this on the agenda regardless of whether or not the federal government has come up with final regulations. We could propose to do that. Is that correct?
That's a board discretion.
At the board discretion, okay. So we'll have to talk to my fellow board members about that. One other question about the fire services. I know in the past we applied for a FEMA grant, what's it called, SAFER grant, that would cover, because of COVID, 100% for 3 years. I forget the number of firefighters.
That's for 5 firefighters.
5 firefighters that would cover the weekend. Did we apply for it this year, and did we get that grant?
We did apply for it. We haven't heard if we got it or not.
Weren't they announced in the summer who got that grant? Nobody was announced yet?
I have not. I do not.
We're not on the list.
So we didn't receive the grant.
Are we going to apply again? Is there something that we can do to improve that application? I don't know. Okay, I look forward to that. Thank you.